Hey, this is Keith on the One Recovery Radio Network. This is the Big Things by 9 podcast. Hope everybody's doing well today. We're doing pretty good here in Salt Lake City. Kind of cool. But got an awesome show for you tonight. Probably one of the best ever. Smartest guys I've ever had on. James Tim. How are you, Tim?
I'm good.
Tim and I are going to see if we can do a full show without talking politics.
Oh.
That's the goal. It's going to happen, but we're going to at least try. So how are you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm really good.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Everything's going good with your internship or whatever?
So good. It's not an internship. It's I'm just in school. I'm in school to make people's hair beautiful.
That's cool that you picked that, because I think, like, in recovery, like, you got to have something you go to, like, you got to have something that occupies your time, you can't just sit around all day, because when you sit around, you think too much, and we know what our brains do,
Right, absolutely. Well, I've been like a punk rocker musician, my whole life pretty much, and I wanted to reinvent myself, and so, I think we got to give ourselves permission to just reinvent ourselves as we want to,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, I used to think I was an anarchist, whatever, way back into the day, and, there's a lot of misunderstanding. What anarchy to me is just, inner freedom, your freedom to do with your life what you want, as long as it doesn't harm anybody. And part of that is being able to completely reinvent yourself if you want to. You know what I mean? I haven't completely done that, but I've just gone from construction work to work. I would never imagine myself doing this.
I know, when you told me, I was like, holy shit, dude, that's original,
I know, right?
Would you spin the wheel and it landed on that?
It's crazy. Well, I was in treatment and
Valley Epic, shout out.
Yeah. And one of the people that I was in treatment with had started over there at the school, and so I was I just planted that seed, and I started thinking about it. And I made a couple calls, filled out a couple forms, and next thing I knew, I was showing up for a tour, And
That's awesome.
I got the money, Voc Rehab. I was already signed up with those guys, and so luckily I'd already signed up with those guys a while ago, and so it lined up, Voc paid, Pell paid, I got a student loan, and then
great.
Everything just lined up.
So you enjoy doing it?
I do. Some things about it are hard, it's way harder than I thought it would be.
Is coloring tough?
Coloring's tough, cutting's tough, it's all tough. It's hard until they keep telling me just wait, it's going to click. And and I'll be doing it and I'll be like, oh, it's clicking, yeah. And then I'll be, no, it's not clicking, it's not clicking, it's hard.
It's sobriety, gotta stay sober, sober.
Well, there's just so many little things to it, like the way you section the hair and the way you pull each little panel. They call it a panel, and the angle of your finger and the angle of the shear. Wow. It's crazy.
That's crazy, dude. You'd think it would be a lot easier, but I mean, I don't know. Look at some of the girls out there with their hair. It takes time.
No, there's way more to it than you would think. That's what I thought too. It's just cut, done.
How long does the coloring take?
Oh, if you're coming to sit in my seat, you're going to be there 5 or 6 hours.
Really?
Yeah. Depending on what you want done. I mean, if you just want, if you want some highlights, or if you want a full color, you're going to I don't know. It depends on what you want done. But if you want your hair colored right and done good, plan on sitting there for 4 to 6 hours.
What about do you see a lot of the platinum color? Because I see a lot of girls in town with that. A lot of them.
Yeah, well, you got to work up to that. You can't just, it depends on the color of your hair naturally. They call it the natural color. You can't just go from what they call a 10 to a 1. So 10 is black. 1 is blonde.
Yeah, I mean, I see this girl that I'm talking to, I was telling you about, she's got she's a blonde, but it's a light platinum shade over it.
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and I've always been kind of artistic, and so it lends itself to that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you're doing that, because, I'm getting ready to do my peer support classes and get my peer support license.
Yeah.
And maybe check in with the Haven or even First Step, like
somewhere.
There's a lot of places. Yeah, dude, they all need help right now.
There's so many places. You could even work for AP&P, dude.
Yeah, and Odyssey, dude. Like seriously, like everybody's needs help right now.
Could you imagine working for the Unified Police?
My detective with drug court was Unified. Man, he was the nicest guy in the world. Like I was in some situations and he fucking got me out of it. You know?
Like,
yeah,
but there's part of me still that just like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's normal though, But look at what you're doing. Like, dude, it kind of fucks me up when I see like recently there's a lot of people out there, and it's usually like November, early December, where people end up getting arrested, going to jail, or they check in somewhere to get out of the cold, But right now there's a lot of them, and I can tell. I can be in Smith's, and I can tell you from freaking the entire other side of the store if that guy's using it or not.
Yeah. I remember. Well, I drove long haul truck for a little while, a few years, and and I was using, and like I would end up in a different city, and boy, I could go right to where it was. It didn't matter like what
Really?
city it was. Yeah,
you could just find it like that.
Yeah, like I mean, sometimes it was hard, but for the most part, like I don't know how. You see. Well, that's the thing is you would see somebody, and I would know, like like you could see it.
Well, I had a similar experience. I was in San Bernardino years ago, and we get there over to the Greyhound station, and I walk right outside, and the first guy I see, I'm like, "Hey, man, you got anything?" And I forgot they call it boy out there.
Oh,
yeah, it's like you got any boy, and that's the heroin.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Boy, yeah,
gross.
1 sec," and he goes to tell his boy, and his boy comes up. He's like, "You need boy?" I said, "Yeah," and I got it from him, dude, in San Bernardino.
Wow.
Dude, that's a dark place, though, San Bernardino. Like,
really?
They got a lot of Mexicans, dude, and they're walking the streets like they're up to no good.
So what is a San Bernardino and San Bernardino? I always just say San Bernardino.
Is it one word? Just check it out.
I don't know. It's like
San Bernardino.
I know it's San Bernardino, but I always would just say San Bernardino.
I think it's 2 words. San Bernardino, or maybe Bernardina. Yeah,
San Bernardino. Yeah, I know, but I always thought it was San Bernardino.
No, San Bernardino.
Oh.
And I kind of found that place dark, but then close to that you have Seaside and River. What is it? Riverside.
Yeah.
And that's
oh yeah, well.
That was a nice area. A buddy of mine came from there. My buddy that I lost years ago, he was from Seaside.
Yeah, I helped a friend move down to San Diego a long time ago, and I loved it. It's so amazing.
I love San Diego. I ended up on the wrong side of town once, and I never went back to it. Like when you're by the water, and you get to the big convention center, you take a left and you go about a mile, and you're in it. Just like how we used to do it down here.
Yeah.
And they do that on purpose because San Diego. That's where all the tourism stuff is, on the water. You take the little ferry and stuff. So they put them on that side of town that where tourists would never want to go. Just don't take a wrong turn. But I love how they have all the gas lights and everything.
Yeah.
Up out there, and that's so cool, dude. And they use the same ones that they had 100 years ago.
Yeah, California is a trip. Like it's beautiful. There's so many beautiful areas of California. God, I was watching this news story about the homeless people in San Francisco, man.
It's a mess, dude. They're shitting on the sidewalk.
Dude, it's crazy. It's like, it's happening here too. It's everywhere. Everywhere.
I haven't walked over shit yet, or at least not in a while. But
just say San Francisco's big compared to Salt Lake City. It's big. So like if you took Salt Lake City and blew it up to the size of San Francisco, I think we would have comparable.
Do you?
Yeah, it would be comparable. I think
by the they have Golden Gate Park right there, and that's the hippie part. That's where they've been forever.
Yeah.
And the homeless people started trying to go there, and they didn't mix in well. So Golden Gate Park, one side you got all the homeless people, like just the junkies, and then on the other side of the park you got all the hippies smoking weed and everything. So
groovy,
it's
groovy.
But yeah, I know the guy I got arrested with. I'm not gonna say his name, but he actually went to San Francisco, and I haven't talked to him in a minute. But he used to call me every once in a while, like on Christmas and stuff, and wish him Merry Christmas. But he went to San Francisco, and he said he's making more money there than he did here.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, but this was like right around the time Rio Grande was about to happen.
Well, because you're going to pay like 5 times the rent there, too.
God, it's so expensive there, dude. It's like $1,200 for a studio.
Yeah, they're just like living in, it's crazy, man. It's like, It's like what I think of India as, you know what I mean? Like, just like people living with tarps and cardboard and tents and it's crazy.
Yeah, dude. How about,
I feel bad for him.
what's it called in LA? Skid Row.
Yeah, L.A., man.
God,
That's
that's a
L.A.
rough place.
Everyone's leaving L.A. because of it, I guess.
Everybody's going to Austin, Texas, dude, because
What?
the corporate gains tax is so low there.
Oh, yeah, that douchebag Joe Rogan did that.
Yeah, and then you know who else just did it? Elon Musk the other day. He's moving Tesla
You're
to
another
Austin.
douchebag. Yeah, two douchebags moving to Austin.
They are. Joe Rogan's okay though. I had a buddy of mine. Theo Vaughn. I went to high school with. He was on Joe Rogan last week.
I used to like Joe Rogan, man, but he's lost me lately. I don't know.
He's really big on that vaccine stuff.
That's bullshit.
Sorry,
like, he needs to mind his own fucking business. You know what I mean?
Like call it potion so I don't get flagged. Seriously.
Does it really get flagged?
Yeah, it'll get flagged if you say it. So potion. That's what we call it.
I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, every podcaster's doing it now. They call it potion.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
creepy.
so when you talk about the potion.
Yeah, I'm sure I don't want to get down that road anyway. I'm so sick of thinking about that. Like, I don't get it, and I don't want to. I'm tired of thinking about it. It's driving me crazy. It's hurting my brain. I think everybody's sick of it.
Yeah, dude, I'm sick and tired of it, dude. It pisses me off, and I saw an article the other day and said, "Is this going to be here forever?" And my mom, when it started, she goes, "Son, give it a year or two, and it's going to be a way of life. It's going to be how we live our lives with masks on,
What?
And that's not going to change." And that's like her personal opinion. And then a year later, look at this. It's a way of life. It controls if you work, how you get. It affects you. It affects every person in a different way. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't like to think I know. You know, a lot of people like to talk like they know when they don't know.
Nobody knows.
You know, nobody knows. Like we try to understand it, but I mean, God. My great-grandma lived through the Spanish flu, and she lived through the mumps and all the polio and all that stuff. So, people, we've lived through this stuff.
Yeah.
How many times has humanity gone through this? Thousands of times,
Oh,
man.
God, yeah, dude.
It blows over.
It goes in cycles, It'll be here for a little while, but now they're demanding that you get the booster shot,
They're not demanding.
No, as of today, they're trying to mandate it.
I got it.
They're trying to mandate. You got the booster?
Yeah.
Where'd you get yours at? Walgreens?
I got it at the Walgreens. Yeah, I mean, why not? I don't believe all that stuff. Like, I heard one preacher was saying that he thinks there's like micro lizard eggs in it.
Well, I said everybody's taking the potion. So if we all die, we'll all be together, Like, what happened, it is what it is,
Yeah.
So...
oh, man, people are stupid, like, really.
Yeah, so for your booster shot, did you show up and make an appointment, or you just showed up and got it?
Made an appointment. It happened quick. I set my time. It was like, be here in 2 hours. I just rode my bike over there and got it done.
Mom, I'm going to get it, okay, promise.
It wasn't, whatever. I felt a little achy for a day, but, hey, check this out. So, I was in treatment, and I had COVID, right? Like, I had it, and they put me in quarantine at some hotel the State Department did. Not the State Department. That's how rumors get started. Yeah. No, it was the Health Department.
Secretary of State did it.
Yeah, Secretary of State, Germany and all that stuff. But yeah. So anyway, so that happened. I had COVID, and then like 4 months later, I was still in treatment, and people were dropping from COVID, and I never got it. Even the room that I was in, the 2 guys that had COVID didn't get it. Everybody else in the room got it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you didn't even have it at all.
And like there was, you didn't listen to my story.
Yeah, I'm listening. I started looking at that.
No, you're good. So I had COVID.
Okay.
And then like 4 months later, it swept through again. And the dorm that I was in, everybody got it, but me and the other dude that had COVID before. So what does that tell you?
I don't know.
I'd had it, so I'd built up the immunity. I didn't get it again.
Yep.
I tested negative,
Yep.
even though I was directly exposed.
But you got exposed.
It was by the guy sleeping next to me.
Antibodies, right?
The guy sleeping right next to me had it.
That's
everybody else got it, and I didn't get it.
I think that's the best way, just the immunity. It's like a lot of people like. Can you have it again though? Like, you know who had it twice? The head coach at Alabama, Nick Saban. Yeah. He had it twice last season.
Well, I don't know. Like, it's hard to say.
He was 70.
Yeah, well, there's one factor. I think it's age. If you have a compromised immune system, if you're overweight, I think that affects your heart, your pulmonary system. That's gonna mess you up. I don't know. It's sad. It breaks my heart for all these people. Like, I don't know how we could not be just devastated by the loss of people. It's so sad.
It's like it's more than 9/11, dude. 9/11 was awful, and it's like how many people have died? Like, it's six figures, right?
I don't know, man. Let's look it up.
Let's check that out.
We can find out.
I'm curious because I remember when it first started. I thought it was a myth at first because I didn't know anybody that had gotten it. And Tisa was the one who had it. She had it for 3 months, dude.
Oh wow!
In the hospital for 3 fucking months. Tisa, we love you. Glad you're doing well.
Salt Lake City is 3,386.
That's 9/11 right there. 9/11 in one city.
Let's see.
9/11 one city.
Statistics.
It's got to be like
United States. Let's do worldwide.
Worldwide, it's freaking. What is it? 20, 30 million?
I don't know. I can't read this. It's really hard to read.
You need to get some glasses, old man.
No, it's not that. It's just like it doesn't say. Like I can't. 577,000 cases currently.
Yeah, currently. Wow.
And COVID update. I don't know. COVID data tracker. 5,137,778 deaths.
Do you know how much?
5 million.
Yeah, 5 million. You know how big that is? That's a big number, dude.
5 million.
Yeah. That's so fucked up.
255 million cases. So that's why people are like, blah, blah, blah. It's a survivable thing. Think about if 1 out of 10 people that you know died. Or what's the number? Like, the number's weird. So 1 out of every 100 people that you see, imagine that person dead.
Sorry,
like,
it's...
You saw that. I don't know. Like, it's not like one of those things where it's not a big deal. It's a big deal, man. Like,
it's when I remember when it first started. I was following the news and they were talking about how people in China were getting sick and nobody over here had gotten it. Then, within 48 hours, half of LA had it. It seemed like who brought it? Because they put the travel ban on, so you couldn't come here from China. But for some reason, it still got here.
What about those fuckers that knew what was coming and they sold their stocks and said it wasn't a big deal? What about that dirty pool?
That's fucked up.
That's heinous.
Yep.
There's so much immorality in government right now. It's insane.
And there's a lot of people that, dude, Pfizer alone, I don't know the number, but dude, they have made like 100% more than they've ever made. I gotta check it out.
I don't know.
Dude, I saw it the other day. Like, it's Pfizer and Moderna, the other company, dude. The amount of money they've made billions.
Well, yeah.
And makes you think, like, I don't know.
Are you going to go down that, man? Like, don't go down that rabbit hole, because that's just like, oh, man.
Yeah, no, I don't.
It was intentional so that they could do the vaccine. That's the way people think these days, man. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's so cynical.
Yep.
It's like so cynical. There's no trust in humanity anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And like I get it. Like a lot of it's
corporate greed, though.
A lot of it is justifiable, right? There's a lot of really negative people that just take, and corporations are the worst. Government's the second worst. So I understand the cynicism.
Yep. Hey, real quick, I gotta throw this in there. Shout out today to what's it called? Oh, Smokers Guru 2. I told you guys I would give you a shout out, so a shout out to you. Thanks for hooking us up. They have every flavor there you can think of. Vapes, they got your atomizers, they got your glass, they got everything you need. Tim, you know them too. They're a great place, man.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the best deal in town for sure. Not even just saying that. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah, they're not, dude. You go down the road to that other place in Sugar House, dude, and it's like a bottle of juice is like $30, man.
No, I don't go anywhere else anymore. Those guys, they're the best.
They're good people, and I saw the guy not too long ago, and I told him I'd give a shout out. And one more, Lavender Lines Bath and Body, lavenderlinesbathandbody.com is Cindy's business. They're over in Mill Creek. I'll put the website in the description. So
yeah, make your grundle smell good.
Yeah, check her out, dude. She does like these like soap things that are like look like skulls and stuff. in your bathroom. It's soap. Like she does all the art stuff. They look like cupcakes and stuff she makes.
Yeah, you get that grundle smell.
Yeah, and with the holidays coming up, guys, check it out, man. Your mom, your girlfriend, you name it, dude. So, all right, back to COVID. Sorry I cut you off. I had to get that in.
No, you're good, man. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of thinking about it.
But it's the way of life.
We all just want it to go away.
Yeah, and it's...
Well, they stopped wearing masks at my school finally. It's optional now, thank God.
How do you feel? It should be...
Well, part of it is like, I'm okay with it because I'm getting my teeth worked on. So I'm like, yeah, I'm okay to hide behind the mask a little bit.
What's the deal? Tell me what's the deal with the teeth? Because...
Oh, man.
I know you gotta wait. Like,
well,
is it different bacteria in your mouth or something?
No, it's like I got into a fight. I was in the punk scene, and there's a lot of violence in that scene. And my tooth got knocked back, and over time it started graying. It was fine, it just started going darker. And so I went to the dentist when I had a job. I was working at Detox, I had really good insurance.
Oh, yeah.
So I took advantage of that, and I went to the dentist and had a checkup and whatever done. He's like, hey, let's lighten that tooth. So how we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole in it, and we're going to bleach it from the inside out. I was like, I'm cool with that. Yeah, that'll be cool to have that, because it was a little gray.
Yeah.
And so in between an appointment, he drilled the hole and he put a temporary plug in it. In between that appointment and the next appointment, I lost my job at Detox. Oh. That's a whole other story. I can tell you about that, how I lost that job.
I might want to hear that in a second. But
yeah,
I want to hear it good.
Over time, the temporary plug fell out. And I didn't even think about it much, but, food started getting caked up in there. I would try to pick it out with a toothpick, but I could, just
I'm so crazy about that OCD.
Yeah, over time, it just, the tooth broke off. And so I was missing a front tooth. Which was cool. It looked cool when I was playing punk shows.
Yeah.
But
you got in trouble picking up the girls.
So later on, I went to a dentist of a friend of mine. A friend of mine had a good friend who was a dentist, and the guy turned into my friend Dave, the dentist. He actually ended up killing himself with Novocaine. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just plugging Novocaine up in.
Oh man, I don't know.
That's the weirdest fucking thing,
sad,
dude. Like
dude.
that is so weird.
He dealt with depression really bad, and not to get off the topic, but he took a bunch of pain pills and Novocained himself out.
That's crazy because
it's a good way to go, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. That's you're numb. You can't feel your body. You're like,
I don't know, like not Novocaine, maybe not Novocaine, but whatever that stuff.
Nitrous.
Yeah,
nitrous.
Oh
yeah, he was huffing that nitrous.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he.
I used to do that in college. Dude.
He discoed out the door.
Yeah. Somebody would steal a tank from the freaking science department
Damn.
and bring it over. We'd have 20 people in my den in my apartment. Everybody sucking on balloons.
Yeah.
The good old days.
So anyway, that happened, and so in order to get this bridge in to fill this missing tooth, he had his. He shaved. He ground down tooth on either side of the missing tooth, and while he's doing it, I'm thinking, those teeth are perfect. Those perfectly good. Why are you? I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I'm down with this, but So now I got these little nubby teeth on either side of the previously missing tooth. And I checked into Detox last year to get sober, last July, and I was biting something and the bridge popped out. And so now, I've got to get that fixed before I go into the hair industry, because I can't look like doofus from the trailer court.
Yeah, you can't do that.
So, but that's doing that. I'm going to a dentist now, and we're getting a bunch of work done, and it's I should have that stuff done by hopefully January.
Is it gonna be one more appointment, or you got to go for a few?
Oh, I've got a bunch of appointments coming up. We're doing everything. We're doing a full workup. Which is nice, man. I'm getting all my cavities done. Got 3 or 4 cavities. I had a tooth that needed to be pulled. I got a cap, something like that. I don't know. It's a lot of work done.
Yeah, I got all my shit done, and it's just so much better when your teeth look good and.
Yeah. Well, it's just dental hygiene is the last on my list when I'm out there.
Well, yeah, you never think about it, I'm trying to find something real quick.
But
sorry, I'm trying to find something real quick in regards to that.
What are you looking for?
Just wanted to show you somebody's hair. Oh, there's too many. I'll show you later. But yeah, so I remember when I was at Epic, I'm talking to my my therapist, and she said, Keith, I used to have a client that was just like you, real charismatic, a go-getter, and he was was in business like you were, and so he went out, he filled out his resume, and he started going all these places, and everybody wasn't hiring him. So after like 30 freaking places he'd been to, he asked the guy, like, if you don't mind me asking, like, why didn't you hire me? I just want to know because I've been let down. And he said, to be honest with you, it's your teeth.
Really?
Yeah. He invested a couple of teeth up front, and so right when that happened, he went and got his teeth done.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's interesting because you think first impression with somebody.
Oh yeah,
it's like
critical
in your business.
Critical.
You have numerous freaking people.
Oh yeah, it's critical. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, the detox story. I was working at detox.
Which one, Trey?
VOA Detox on Brooklyn Avenue. Yeah.
Oh, it's cold.
I was working there. I was in school for social work at the time, and so I was working at Detox while I was going to school. And so there was a guy that was in Detox, and he left. And he wasn't supposed to leave because his probation officer took him there. Mm-hmm. His PO, his parole officer took him there. Yep. And with orders that if the dude left, call him. Call the PO. And so the guy was going out on leave for some reason. It was legit that he he went on pass, and he was taking forever to get back. And so they were saying shift change, if that dude calls or comes back, call his PO immediately. Mm-hmm. So the guy calls in, and he's like, hey, can I still come back? I'm like, yeah, come back. You better, try to hurry. It was getting late. It was like 10:30. Mm-hmm. He's like, are you going to UA me when I get back? And I'm like, I don't know what they'll do. I don't know what they'll do. Do they want me to, he asked me if I'm going to UA him. And, I don't want to,
how do you answer that,
And so the next day they pull me into the office and they say I hinted, I dropped a hint to him to not come back. They said I was criminal-minded.
Wow.
Because I didn't say, no, you're good. Mm. I said, I don't know what's going to happen. They wanted me to lie to the dude, right?
Yeah.
And I just told him straight up, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't say one way or the other. I didn't say, yeah, you're going to get UA'd. No, you didn't get UA'd. I said, I don't know what's going to happen. And he didn't come back. And they blamed me for it. And it was a dude that just graduated Odyssey House.
Really?
Working next to me that fucking ratted me out.
Really?
Yeah. Well, saying that I was criminally minded.
That's what you told.
Yeah, he told my boss that I told him not to come back. Which was a lie.
Yeah.
But I didn't even defend myself. I was like, you know what? I'm done with this place. It's bureaucracy. Yep. I was done with social work at that point. It was like bureaucracy, man. Mm-hmm. If you don't like bureaucracy, don't go into social work. Seriously, it's ugly.
There's a lot of bureaucracy. How do you say it?
Barack Obama-sy?
Yeah, Barack Obama-sy. But it's I was gonna say that. I'm drawing a blank.
Bureaucracy,
yes, of
Bureau.
Course. So, Odyssey. You said the kid who graduates from Odyssey. Well, a day at Odyssey, that's what they teach you at Odyssey, to rat on your friends.
Yeah. Well, they call it accountability, which I get to some extent. Accountability is cool. While you're in treatment, but once you're out of treatment, give it a rest, man. There's nuances to everything, right? Mm-hmm. People like to think black and white, right? And it's not cool. There are subtle nuances to everything, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know what postmodernism is? Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of it, but I'm not familiar with it. So
postmodernism is a belief, and that's kind of where I think the world is at now, and a postmodernism, where they think truth is subjective.
Really?
Yeah, they don't think that there's a truth that's out there. They think it's subjective. So if you believe something to be true, it's true to the extent that you believe it to be true. Oh. Right? There's not an objective truth. It's all subjective. That's postmodern, in my poor attempt to explain it. Yeah. There's a lot more to it. But that's kind of where we're at as a society, is postmodernism.
Yep.
If I believe something to be true, you have to respect it because it's my truth.
That's how government
and
is.
Republicans put down people for that, but they do the same thing.
They all do it.
They do it.
Every one of those fuckers, not just Republicans, they all do it up there. All of them.
It's horrible. Do you know what projection is? It's when you accuse somebody of doing exactly what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. You hate to fight with
your girlfriend. You're projecting.
you call your girlfriend for cheating and she turns it right back on you.
Yeah, you accuse your girlfriend of cheating because you're cheating.
Yes. Oh yeah.
That's projection.
Yeah, I know all about that.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that's what they're doing.
Oh my God, there's clear saying you're stealing the election when they're trying to steal power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you accuse somebody of doing exactly what you're doing.
Government
fucking
people.
heinous.
There's a show on Netflix, the one with Kevin Spacey. He's a lobbyist. You know, he was in Congress.
House of Cards?
Yeah, my mom loved it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, and then I don't know what he did, man, but like he did something, they kicked him off the show.
Oh, yeah, he was with Epstein.
Put his hand up what?
He was Jeremy, and they got pictures of him and Epstein and Maxwell at the palace in London, dude. Sitting in the King's. They're sitting in the King's throne.
Oh no, I was talking about Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey. That's him.
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, he was with them, and he got with some younger girls, and they found a bunch of stuff on his computer.
Well, I thought he was gay.
Then it was boys. I don't know, but there's pictures. No, he's not gay. There's pictures of him, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Jeffrey Epstein sitting, and he's sitting on the Queen's throne. Like they were there for a party, and they kind of ventured off.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey.
Well, there was another douchebag royal guy that was called.
Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew.
Yeah, dude. That whole Epstein thing.
She's in trial right now.
And she's in trouble because they're gonna what he did. They're gonna take it all out on her because
she helped him. She's disgusting.
Yeah, dude. She did what he said.
I watched that documentary. They did a really good job on
Netflix.
It was so gross.
On
what
Netflix,
those people did. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. But with Epstein, he had a house down in Palm Beach. It was not far from Mar-a-Lago, and
those poor girls.
You know what they did? They bulldozed his entire mansion that was on the water down there. They just bulldozed it. Like, I don't want to fucking walk in that shit.
I want to know who all the people were.
You know what? I think.
You know it was Bill Clinton. You know it was Donald Trump. You know it was all these politicians going down there.
Trump.
You know it.
They have a picture of him with Trump, but they have on the flight list.
Trump
never went on the plane.
You're a Trump defender.
No, saying Trump never went on the plane.
Yeah, I remember we were on the bus one time. You were Mr. Trump. I remember that.
Yeah, that's when he was doing stuff I liked. But when he got defeated, if he would have just admitted it, but this shit going on right now, I've lost all faith in that guy. Republicans have a lot of people.
It's hard. It's hard for a progressive, super liberal guy like me to agree that there's some things, and I can understand why people like him because he's funny. He's like a stand-up comedian, and some of the things he does a fucking comedy act.
Yeah,
he's like Eddie Murphy or something. Yeah. He gets up there and does his routine.
I like that shit.
It's funny, man. Like he's really funny.
He is.
And I can understand. Like, I think we should vet people before they come in. Like, we need to have. We can't have a porous border. It's not going to work, and that. But that's the thing is what they do is they say all the liberals, they want a porous border, and that's not true.
Yep.
That's not true. That's the thing is,
taking jobs.
I don't understand how people are so susceptible to the information that they receive. Right? They believe whatever they're told, man. As long as they've got a total misunderstanding. Well, I think progressives and a lot of the people that support Trump have a lot more in common than they don't.
I agree with you.
So much more, but they can't see it.
Yep.
They won't see it because they've wrapped it up in a culture war.
Yep.
And they've made us hate each other. And there's no reason for it because what the problem is,
it makes them weak. It makes people weak and gives more power to them.
The problem is taking advantage of the working man. Everybody says they want to boost up the middle class, but nobody fucking does it because they're beholden. They're beholden to their corporate donors.
They're hurting. The middle class has been hurting,
and they vote against their own interest. I don't understand how everybody could support Trump, but I get it because he promised a lot.
Yeah,
bring jobs back. He went into Pennsylvania and talked about all the fucking mills and all the bringing jobs back. Did he do it? No, he didn't do anything. He did nothing.
Well, they did.
The only fucking thing he did was give tax breaks to the wealthy.
Yeah. Middle class people got it. It was upper middle class, but
they're paying more in taxes now.
It was between the 50% and 80%?
They're paying more. Like, you got to make more.
Oh, sorry.
You have to make. like with this, like if you make less, so it was everybody over, I think it was 400,000 plus got a tax break.
Oh, I didn't know that. Because they're
and you make less than that, you're paying more in taxes. Look at the numbers.
It's not, and it still hasn't changed.
It's getting worse.
Yeah, dude, they're putting all these bills, like we were talking about earlier, 1.2 trillion. Like, dude, that's like infinity to me. Think how much a trillion is. You put $100 bills, how much space would it take up in here to get a trillion? Probably 3 or 4 apartments worth.
Oh, think about it in the aspect of time. Like a trillion is before the dinosaurs, if you do seconds.
Yeah, dude.
Something like that. That's crazy. It's a big number.
$1 trillion and like...
Isn't
everybody's mad about it?
Is Elon Musk worth $1 trillion? Did you just see that new thing?
He's worth like 40 billion.
No, just 40 billion. Did you see that thing where he did a poll? Should I sell 10% of my stock in order to pay taxes?
And he promised he would never do it.
90% people said, yeah, dude, fucking do it. But here's the thing is he had to do it anyway because he was coming up on stock options where he had to sell them. So he's such a douchebag.
And he said he would never sell his shares. He told people that at the beginning.
He
had
never
sell my shares.
He was at some stage in his stock trading where he had to sell a certain amount of to pay some kind of taxes or whatever. But so it's like it's socialism for the 1%.
It's
and capitalism.
It's a transfer of wealth.
It's disgusting, man. How the fuck are they just taking it all? All the resources, everything that's good.
Yeah, because
everything they take it. They take
That's
it.
all they do is they take. And then when they give back, they're giving back to corporate
crumbs.
America.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
I've read.
Well, that's what people have trained. They've been trained to accept it.
They don't even do the congressmen. They don't even write the bill. It's interest groups and lobbyists that write the
know,
bill.
It's the corporations that write the bill.
Yeah, they don't even do it. They just put it forward.
They probably don't even read it.
They don't read it. Because remember, a lot of times, like, we have to get this bill through tomorrow. They're like, we have to get this done tomorrow. They say everything's urgent, so they don't have to explain themselves. Once they get it passed, I didn't know that was in there.
Yeah. Right. And I'm telling you, man, like, if the Bible Belt, all these people that are, like, so pro-Trump, if they got more of these progressive bills passed, these people are going to be happy, man. Like, they think they don't want it, but they're going to be able to go to the doctor. They're going to be able to go to school. They're going to pay less taxes. The rich are going to start paying their share.
Yep.
How is that anything that people don't like? Because they wrap it up in a culture war.
Yep.
They wrap it up as like abortion.
It makes us weaker.
And it's the goddamn evangelicals.
Yep.
Those piece of shit motherfuckers. Sorry, anybody that's...
What does he say? About Biden. Hey, you think Joe Biden's funny? No, you think Joe Biden got elected for president? Ha, ha, ha. It's one of those freaking evangelical ones. Yeah.
Oh, it's creepy.
Dude, with that
He's
video,
the devil.
Me and Andrew watched that video last week.
He's a demon.
Dude, we watched that video, Andrew.
But here's the thing.
His eyes were black.
I'm going into all that. I don't even believe in the devil, right? Like, I'm atheist, man.
Yeah.
I don't believe any of that stuff.
And that's fine.
But people... Trump laughs at those guys. Like, there's people that have been around him say that, like, he looks at those people as suckers.
You just praise them, yeah.
The evangelical, they look at him as the new Messiah.
Kiss the ring.
But he's just using them for their votes. Like, I don't understand how they can support this guy.
He got him wrapped up, though. He really...
Oh,
he had
crazy.
He had some people around him that said, if you want to vote, you got to get the evangelicals. Because they're so big throughout the Midwest. I mean, they're huge.
Oh, did you hear what... who was the general? What's his name?
Millie? It's fine. Millie? The one that was telling China we would call him if Trump attacked?
Oh, no, not him. I like him. It was the other guy that's been doing the evangelical circuit.
Oh, Michael Flynn. Yeah, Flynn.
Yeah, he said that he wants to make that America should be a single religion nation.
Really?
Yeah. That's like the Taliban.
They got the 9.
That's ISIS.
They got 9 big ones. They were all dragged in a room and said, this is what you're going to do. This is your main belief, and you can branch after that. That's how it happened. Over in Europe, I forgot what year it was, but they pulled them all together. People starting religions. I think the Vatican was behind it because they were out there.
You're going down some rabbit hole. Conspiracy.
Yeah, no, I can't remember where I read this, but yeah, they pulled everybody together. And it was 9 different groups.
Who are they?
Who's
they?
evangelicals, Baptists.
That's the thing. When you hear people say they did this and they do that, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But half the time it's bullshit.
That makes sense.
Tell me who it is.
That makes sense though, because you look at all the religions and we have a common belief like LDS and Catholic. Hey, focus on the family. That's like their big thing. Like you look at a lot of their beliefs, they're the same thing. You just don't have to
so just do it then. Don't force me to do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to base your morals on the Bible, that's disgusting. That's like the most immoral book I've ever read in my life. Same with the Quran. Sorry to go down there.
Tisha's going to get your ass.
Man, it's like, slavery, womanizing, women are property, slaves okay.
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on. It was written by desert tribes 2,000 years ago. Let's grow up, man. Come on. It's time to get some realness. Let's be real.
I am talking real.
I'm not saying you, just in general.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on.
I don't give a shit, because it doesn't affect me.
Like, there's a value in truth, man.
Talk about that. About, what do you call it again?
Postmodernism?
Yeah.
So, subjective truth. Like, postmodern, I can look it up. Like, postmodernism is, kind of the gist of it is like, truth is subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right? So there's no objective truths out there.
Okay.
I mean, how do you think that would be problematic? Tell me how you believe that would be problematic.
So is this where, like, if you did something bad...
And basically, it's an anti-science movement. So they don't believe in, like, mathematics, right? They think that's, like, fluid. There's no, like, base
numbers are
of
everything.
Truth,
Numbers
right?
are everything.
They're anti-science to a degree,
yeah.
right? So it's like it came about in like the late 20th century, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's an era. Let's see what it says here.
Yeah. This is postmodernism you're looking
at? Yeah. It's a broad movement that developed in the late 20th century across philosophy, the arts, architecture, and criticism, marking a departure from modernism.
Okay.
The term has been more generally applied to describe a historical era said to follow after modernity and the tendencies of this era. Postmodern thinkers frequently describe knowledge claims and value systems as contingent or socially conditioned. Right? So truth is based on what that group of people believe to be true. Right?
So if they believe it's true, it's true.
There's no, like, rock solid. This is like, basically they're trying to deconstruct Western tenets. Like, Western ideals have been built on fundamentals of science since Copernicus, right? Mm-hmm. Since all that. Yep. Those are like, that's what built the Western world, is like science, right?
Yeah. I like science. I think, I don't get the anti-science people, like, science is science.
Generally defined as an attitude of skepticism, irony, or rejection toward what it describes as the grand narratives and ideologies. Basically, right? Mm-hmm. So, often criticizing Enlightenment rationality. Mm-hmm. So, criticize rationality, rational thought.
Mm-hmm.
Objective reality, moral truth, human nature, reason, science, and legend, according to postmodern thought, is broadly characterized by tendencies to self-conscious, referentiality, I don't even know that word, and moral relativism, pluralism, and irreverence.
God, that's crazy.
I don't even know why I brought this up.
No, dude, I love that shit. It's like, I enjoyed that. I learned something from that. Like I've known that, but I've never like discussed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was trying to find something else. So hey, thank everybody who's been on Twitter. We got I think about 250 people on there, wow. And appreciate everybody's feedback and listening to the show. We have this is our Big Things by 9 podcast, but we also have Eric who does his a few nights a week. I think Eric's going to be on tonight. I'll double check, but I think he's going to be on tonight with his Time Is Now podcast. You can find it on YouTube under Big Things by 9, or you can just go to anchor.fm/One Recovery. That's got our whole podcast catalog in there. So we got Eric on YouTube, and we also have Eric on our or podcast gallery. So, and then this Big Things by Nine will be on YouTube now, but we don't have we don't have video yet, but we will soon, and you can see our ugly fat asses, and hopefully it won't hurt us too bad. But Tim, what else you got? Anything?
No, I think that's it. I mean, I kind of was talking about postmodernism a little bit, but I don't know enough about it. Like, I know the gist of it, and like, everybody's an expert these days. Everybody thinks that they know what they know, and they think it's true.
Mm-hmm. The QAnon people did. Oh, what's the thing on them?
Truth is truth, man. Like, there's something to objective truth. Like, and I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it. I think the world's in this place where you think if you believe it's true, it's true. I don't know about that.
A certain portion of us do, but it's, I don't know, man. It's crazy to think about it. It really is. But I mean, it makes perfect sense, though.
All right.
It makes perfect sense. So, well, awesome. Well, Tim, thanks for coming on, bud.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Enjoy talking. We'll do it again soon. It's always fun. So, everybody, have a good night. We love you. We know you're out there. So, if you have any issues, give us a call, 801-215-9682, 801-215-9682. That is our number. You can call us. You can text us. If you need help with anything, if you're struggling, give us a call. So, have a great night, guys, and we will see you next time.